Hi guys, welcome to this video, and today it's all about teams. Teams are everything in business. Like, no one makes a great business completely on their own, especially in construction or trades business, because it's fucking hard for one. And look, two, you need different skill sets to the table. Like, not one person is good at everything. No one can just absolutely smash each area. And the businesses that just absolutely fly, one of the key main criteria and important things to making that happen is all about the people. So for you as an owner of a business, you want to be looking at four main camps and buckets of people, if you like, that you want within your business. Number one is executors. You need people that just make shit happen. Like, they're just driven by doing, like, process over and over and over again. It actually makes them happy to just do. Like, some people are just built like that. They're just absolute diesel engines, and they'll just churn, keep going. They're the people that you really need in a business. That is number one, executors. Number two is people with some influence. Like, people with energy, a spark, a drive, happiness, buzz, whatever way you want to label it. You need people with influence in the business. Like, they've got to be, it's so important, because that's what just brings the general energy and mood to the party. You need people with influence. Number three is you need relationship builders. Like, you need people that can be the gel, if you like, and absolutely bring people in, bring new staff in, have relationships with clients, and be that people person, or people, depending on the size of your team. You need people that are just amazing at building relationships and maintaining those relationships. And then number four, you need someone who's got the hat of strategy and, like, vision of where the fuck you're actually going, because someone's got to steer the ship, because business is never stagnant. Like, you don't just stay the same. You're either moving forwards or you're going backwards and you're dying. So someone's got to be and wear the hat of strategy. What next? What's new? What do we need to be doing to keep pushing the business forward? Now, the thing is, if we look at this and go, how do we actually break this down and make it easier to understand and label, like, job positions within this industry, if you like? Think of executors as the doers. They're the people that just do what you tell them to do. Now, that's great because they get shit done, but the negative is, typically, executors aren't the best with people because they're just so driven by do. They're not sociable people typically. Like, they're in their own lane. They just want to get the job done. Now, good executors are, well, one, they're your skilled labour, your trades. You want really good executors. You need them to do a good job. But what makes really good executors in the construction industry is people like project managers, site managers, contracts managers, those types of people. But be wary, because you really need someone in a PM contractor's role who's very good at doing, but they need to be very good with people as well. Because if you can't get the best out of your people, they're not going to want to do the job, and it's going to end up in arguments, fallout, all that type of stuff. So you need people in that role. It's very difficult to find someone who's got both of those skill sets, but that's how I would view it in this industry. Then the next thing is influencers. You want to look at them as they're like the attractive people, the shiny people, the influential people. They're very good at that, and they're very good at, like, ideas and bars and energy, but typically they're not the most clever, they're not the most educated, maybe a bit ditzy. You think of people like that they're more like the sales types of people. And the trick is with this game is that what you don't want is someone who's so influential and so far that way that they can end up selling something in the company you can't then deliver, because they don't think like that. They don't think about that. They just think about, let's just win and get stuff. They're not thinking about the actual delivery side. So that's the grey spot with that. But someone's got to be responsible for sales in a business. It's number one. There is no business without sales. So you need someone who's got that influential role within the business. And that might be you as a leader, as the MD, the owner, the directors, whatever. Normally that is generally that person, the influencer, to make it absolutely happen. But it's critical. You need that type of person in your business. Next, the relationship builder person. They're the people that build strong teams. So that's what really good leadership, managers, they're the people you want in that sort of role. Like, you want those people that can actually gel people together and get them to do things when it's late, people want to go home, they've had a shit day, you need to get more out of them. That's what good management and good leadership is all about. But the issue when people are so far into the relationship camp, like they're so far that way, sometimes you get the piss taken out of them because you're a bit too soft. And that's a danger to fall into as management. You know, management is an art. It's getting the most out of people, but it's not being a pushover as well. It's difficult. It's bloody difficult. And, you know, you only get good at it by doing more and more of it. But you need someone in the business who's going to be a relationship builder who, when things get a bit tough or the stress gets a bit too high, someone's there to mop up the pieces, gel the team back together, maybe take people out for a beer, or just be that person who's actually watching and considerate over your own staff's well-being and life. Because everyone's got shit going on as well. Like, everyone goes to work, but they've got their own shit at home, their own crap that's going on with kids, partners, friends, whatever. So someone's got to be that relationship person. And lastly, the strategy person. That person is more analytical. It's more a computer person, wants to look at data, numbers, just looking at stuff, and then they make decisions based on that. They do not make decisions based on emotions. And this is the thing with strategy type people. They can be a bit cold and a bit shut off and don't really give a fuck about people's feelings because they make decisions based on purely the numbers. And again, the art of running a good business is taking the data, the numbers and the facts, but then also being a bit of a caring person to actually give a shit about your team. Because if you're so far this way and all you care about is numbers, profits, money, you know, just results, and you don't give a shit about people, you won't have people in your business for very long. So it's a tough balancing act all the time of making money, doing the best of the business, but also keeping your team on side. And again, that's another great strength of leadership and an absolute attribute to this business is making the money, but getting the most out of the people. So I would look at it in those four camps. That's what you really want to tick off in a business. And look, depending on what size you're at, that might all be you. That might just be you. There's one person, there's one manager, it's just you. You're the only director of the company. You've got to wear all those hats. And it's bloody difficult to do that when it's just you on your own. But as you grow, what I would do is look at the weakest that you are right now. Because you can be 1, 2, 3, maybe a bit of all four of those camps. But you want to pick out your weakest one, and then that should be your first hire. So if you're incredibly good at sales and influence, you know, and those types of things, you're going to need someone who's really good at executing first. Like, you need to get a really good contracts manager or a project manager to be your number 2 who actually makes the shit happen once you've sold it. Flip that though, you might actually be naturally the best at just executing and getting the jobs done, and being the more the skilled labour and the organisational and making stuff happen. Your weak spot might actually be the sales and the influence for someone to come in the business and actually help you blow the business up and make a shit ton more money. But my point is, you need one in each 4 of those. You need executors, you need influential people to go and sell your shit, you need relationship builders to gel it all together, and you need someone who's got their eye on the strategy to actually build a really good business. Now, you've got to start somewhere. So find out what it is and learn all this stuff, you know, and it's great to really focus and sit back and go, what are you good at? Because for me, I know that I am the best at influence and actually strategy. They're the 2 things that buzz me up more than anything. I'm a good relationship person, but I'm not like massive on it. Like, I'm more focused on the business, the results, getting shit to actually work. But you've just got to understand for you what you're good at and what you're not, and play it to your advantage.